my beloved child. Pause for a moment and quiet every distraction around you. Let your heart become still, because what you are about to hear is not empty noise. This moment is not an accident, nor is it a coincidence that these words have reached you today. I have drawn you here with purpose, and I desire your full attention. For a long time, you have asked me for direction. You have prayed for change, waited for answers, and hoped that one day your life would reflect the dreams I placed inside your heart. I have heard every whispered prayer, every silent tear, and every question you have carried when no one else understood. Now I ask you a question that deserves an honest answer. Will you trust me enough to step into the life I have prepared for you, or will you remain where fear feels comfortable? Do not answer too quickly. Sit with this question. Allow it to settle deep within your spirit, because the choice you make today will influence the road you walk tomorrow. I never created you to simply exist. I did not breathe life into you so you could spend your days trapped in fear, buried beneath doubt, or satisfied with a life far below the purpose I designed for you. Before you opened your eyes to this world, I already knew your name. I had already written purpose into your story. I placed gifts within you that no one else carries in exactly the same way. The longing you feel for something greater is not your imagination. It is my spirit reminding you that you were created for more than routine. Every time your heart whispers that there must be more to life, that whisper echoes the purpose I planted inside you from the beginning. I know the thoughts that trouble you. I know the fears that tell you you are not ready. I know the doubts that convince you someone else is more capable, more gifted, or more deserving. But I also know the strength I have hidden within you, strength you have not yet discovered because fear has kept it buried. Many people will ignore my invitation. They will choose comfort instead of calling. They will settle for what is familiar rather than trusting the path I have prepared. They will spend years protecting themselves from failure, only to discover they also protected themselves from purpose. That is not the life I desire for you. I am inviting you to believe beyond what your eyes can see. I am calling you to trust beyond what your emotions can explain. Faith has never been about having every answer before taking the first step. Faith begins when you choose to walk with me even while the destination is still hidden. You may feel weak, but my strength is made perfect in weakness. You may feel unqualified, but I have never depended on human qualifications to accomplish heavenly purposes. I have always chosen willing hearts over perfect people. Do not let fear disguise itself as wisdom. Do not mistake hesitation for peace. Sometimes the greatest obstacle between you and your breakthrough is not the size of the challenge before you. It is the voice that keeps telling you to wait one more day. My child, today I remind you of who you are. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not ordinary. You are loved beyond measure, called with intention, and equipped by my hand for the journey ahead. Trust me with the next step. I will not ask you to walk where my presence has not already gone before you. Every door I open carries my purpose. Every challenge I allow carries a lesson. Every delay has been preparing you for a blessing you are not yet able to see. Lift your eyes. Strengthen your faith. Leave behind the limits fear has placed upon you. The life I prepared for you is greater than the life you have imagined. Walk forward with courage. I am with you, and I always will be. There are moments in life when everything around you seems ordinary, yet something deep within your heart refuses to be satisfied. You complete your daily responsibilities, fulfill your obligations, and keep moving forward, but an inner voice continues to whisper that there is more waiting beyond what you can currently see. Do not ignore that longing. I placed it there. It is not dissatisfaction with your blessings. It is an invitation to discover the greater purpose I prepared before you ever entered this world. Many people confuse survival with living. They believe that if they simply make it through another day, they have fulfilled their purpose. They become comfortable with routine, settling into habits that require little faith and even less courage. Over time, their expectations become smaller, their dreams grow quieter, and their hearts slowly forget the excitement of trusting me completely. But that is not the life I designed for you. I did not create you merely to exist. I created you to reflect my love, my wisdom, and my goodness wherever I place you. Every gift I entrusted to you carries the potential to encourage someone, strengthen someone, or point another soul toward hope. What seems ordinary in your hands can become extraordinary when surrendered to mine. Never believe the lie that your life is insignificant. The enemy delights in convincing people that their actions do not matter. He whispers that no one notices their kindness, their prayers, or their obedience. He tells them their influence is too small to make a difference. Yet I tell you this: every act of faithfulness, even the ones unseen by the world, carries eternal value in my kingdom. I see every sacrifice. I hear every whispered prayer. I remember every moment you chose integrity when compromise would have been easier. Nothing you do in obedience is ever wasted. Sometimes you compare your journey with someone else's and wonder why their path appears smoother than yours. You question why doors opened for them while yours remained closed. You wonder whether I have forgotten you. My child, comparison will always steal your peace because it shifts your eyes away from my plan and places them on someone else's story. I have never asked you to become another person. I created you to become the fullest version of who I designed you to be. The timing I have chosen for your life is not delayed because I lack power. It is carefully arranged because I know exactly what will strengthen your character before the next season arrives. If I entrusted you with everything immediately, some blessings would become burdens instead of gifts. Preparation is an expression of my love. The waiting season is not empty. It is shaping you. While you think nothing is happening, I am building endurance within you. I am teaching you wisdom through experiences you cannot yet fully understand. I am removing pride, healing hidden wounds, strengthening your faith, and preparing your heart to carry what you have been asking me to give. Do not despise this season simply because it feels slow. The roots of the strongest trees grow in silence long before anyone admires their branches. Likewise, the strongest faith is often developed in hidden places where no applause is heard and no recognition is received. When the time is right, what has been growing beneath the surface will become visible. There will always be voices encouraging you to settle. Some will tell you your dreams are unrealistic. Others will advise you to lower your expectations. Still others will insist that faith should never require sacrifice. But remember this: the crowd rarely recognizes purpose while it is still unfolding. Do not build your future on the opinions of people who cannot see what I have placed within you. Listen instead for my voice. My voice brings peace, even when the path requires courage. My voice strengthens rather than discourages. My voice calls you forward instead of holding you captive to yesterday's failures. You have spent enough time questioning whether you are capable. Today, I want you to begin asking a different question. Instead of saying, "Can I do this?" ask, "What can God accomplish through a heart that completely trusts Him?" That question changes everything. Your greatest limitation has never been your ability. It has always been the size of your faith. When you believe only in yourself, your possibilities remain limited. When you believe in my power working through you, possibilities become far greater than anything you could accomplish alone. Do not wait until fear disappears before obeying me. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing obedience even while uncertainty remains. Every person I used throughout history experienced moments of weakness, questions, and hesitation. Yet they discovered that my strength became evident precisely where their own strength ended. The same remains true today. If I call you forward, I will also provide the grace you need to continue. If I open a door, I will supply the wisdom required to walk through it. If I entrust you with an assignment, I will never abandon you halfway through the journey. You are not walking toward an uncertain future alone. I am already there. Before you arrive at tomorrow, my presence is waiting. Before your next challenge appears, my provision has already been prepared. Before your next prayer leaves your lips, I already understand the need hidden within your heart. Rest in that truth. Do not measure your future by today's circumstances. Measure it by my faithfulness. I have never failed those who continue trusting me. So lift your eyes beyond your present limitations. Refuse to allow disappointment to define what you expect from tomorrow. The story I am writing through your life is still unfolding. The chapters ahead carry hope, growth, restoration, and purpose beyond what you can presently imagine. Walk forward with confidence. Keep your heart surrendered. Remain faithful in small things. The harvest always follows the season of faithful planting. And when you finally look back, you will realize that every delay, every lesson, and every quiet season was preparing you for a future filled with my goodness and my glory. Trust me, your journey is far from over. The best is still ahead. Part 3, the hidden battle between fear and faith. My beloved child, there is a battle taking place within you that no one else can fully see. It is quieter than the noise of the world, yet it influences every decision you make. It is not fought with weapons or visible strength. It is fought in your thoughts, your choices, and the condition of your heart. On one side stands fear. On the other stands faith. Every day these two voices compete for your attention. Fear reminds you of your past mistakes. It points to every disappointment, every unanswered prayer, every door that closed, and every dream that seemed to fade away. It tells you that failure will happen again. It convinces you that remaining where you are is safer than trusting me with what lies ahead. Faith speaks differently. Faith does not deny that challenges exist, but it refuses to believe that your circumstances are greater than my power. It reminds you that I have carried you through every season before this one. It calls you to remember my faithfulness when your emotions try to rewrite the story. My child, understand this truth. The greatest victories are often won long before anyone sees the results. They begin in the hidden places where a heart chooses to trust me instead of surrendering to fear. There are moments when your future is shaped not by dramatic events, but by small decisions that seem almost invisible. Choosing forgiveness instead of bitterness. Choosing prayer instead of panic. Choosing obedience instead of delay. These quiet acts of faith become the foundation upon which I build extraordinary things. Never underestimate what a single act of obedience can accomplish. A simple yes, spoken in faith, can open doors that years of striving could never unlock. Many people spend their lives waiting until they feel completely confident before taking the next step. They believe courage comes first and action follows. But my kingdom works differently. Obedience comes first. Confidence grows afterward. When you trust me enough to move forward despite uncertainty, you discover that I provide strength along the journey, not merely before it begins. Remember how often I have guided my people one step at a time. I rarely revealed the entire path at once. Instead, I gave enough light for the next step, inviting them to walk closely with me, rather than depending upon their own understanding. The same invitation is before you today. Do not demand complete certainty before you obey. Walk faithfully with the light I have already given. Fear will always ask, what if everything goes wrong? Faith asks a different question. What if God is already preparing something greater than I can imagine? That single question changes your perspective. Instead of focusing on what could be lost, you begin expecting what I am able to provide. Instead of seeing obstacles, you begin recognizing opportunities for my power to be revealed. There will always be reasons to hesitate. You may think you need more experience. You may believe you need more resources. You may feel you need more confirmation. Yet many times what you truly need is simply the willingness to trust my voice above every other voice competing for your attention. Do not mistake delay for wisdom. Sometimes delay is simply fear wearing a mask. It sounds responsible. It appears reasonable. But beneath the surface, it quietly steals opportunities that were meant for this season. I never ask you to ignore wisdom. I ask you to recognize the difference between wisdom that leads you closer to me and fear that keeps you standing still. My wisdom produces peace, even when the road is challenging. Fear produces anxiety, even when everything appears safe. Learn to recognize my peace. It does not always remove difficulty. It gives you confidence that I will remain with you through every difficulty. There are dreams I have placed within your heart that will never become reality unless you choose to move beyond your comfort zone. Comfort promises protection. Faith produces transformation. Comfort keeps life predictable. Faith allows you to witness my power in ways routine never can. You have asked me to enlarge your life, increase your influence, strengthen your character, and deepen your relationship with me. Understand that many of those prayers are answered through opportunities that require courage. The answer to your prayer may arrive disguised as a challenge. The breakthrough you seek may begin with an uncomfortable step of obedience. The blessing you desire may first require surrender. Do not reject the process simply because it stretches you. Gold is refined by fire. Strong trees grow through storms. Deep faith is developed through seasons that require complete dependence upon me. Every challenge you face becomes an opportunity to discover another aspect of my faithfulness. You are not walking alone. Even when you cannot sense my presence, I have not stepped away. I go before you to prepare the path. I walk beside you to strengthen your heart. I remain behind you, protecting you from dangers you never even recognize. Nothing surprises me. Nothing catches me unprepared. The obstacle that frightens you today was already known to me before you were born. If I allowed it into your journey, I also prepared the grace you need to overcome it. Do not define yourself by your failures. Your past is not your identity. Your mistakes do not cancel my purpose. My mercy is greater than your regrets, and my grace is stronger than your weakness. Every morning I offer you another opportunity to walk forward instead of looking backward. Release what I have already forgiven. Stop carrying burdens that I never asked you to keep. Lift your eyes. There is more ahead of you than behind you. The enemy hopes you will become so focused on yesterday that you never embrace tomorrow. But I am calling you forward. I specialize in restoring broken stories. I redeem lost years. I bring beauty from ashes. I breathe hope into hearts that believed all hope had disappeared. Therefore, refuse to allow fear to become the author of your future. Let faith become the foundation of every decision you make. Choose trust over hesitation. Choose obedience over excuses. Choose hope over despair. And when you do, you will discover something beautiful. The mountain that once appeared impossible begins to look smaller, not because it changed, but because your confidence in me became greater. Walk forward, my child. You do not need to know every detail of the journey. You only need to keep your eyes on the one who already knows the destination. Stay close to me. Listen for my voice. Trust my promises. And remember that every faithful step you take today is preparing the miracle you will celebrate tomorrow. I have not brought you this far to leave you now. The battle between fear and faith is real, but you are not fighting it alone. My spirit is with you. My truth is within you. My promises surround you. So rise with confidence, stand firm in hope, and continue moving forward. The victory begins the moment you choose to trust me. #Unstuyers. And final part. Choose faith, walk forward, and receive what God has prepared for you, my beloved child. As these words come to an end, my invitation does not. This is not the finish of our conversation. It is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. You have heard my voice calling you higher. You have been reminded that you were created with purpose, strengthened by my spirit, and surrounded by my unfailing love. Now the moment has come to decide what you will do with what you have heard. Will you return to the same fears that have held you captive? Or will you step forward in faith, trusting that I am already waiting for you on the other side of your obedience? Remember this forever. Your future is not determined by your past failures. It is shaped by the choices you make today. I have never asked you to carry tomorrow's burdens by yourself. I simply ask you to trust me with today's step. One act of obedience leads to another. One moment of faith opens the door for the next. Before long, you will look back and realize that what seemed like small decisions became the path that transformed your entire life. Do not believe the lie that it is too late. As long as I have given you breath, I have given you purpose. As long as your heart still beats, my grace is still reaching toward you. There are blessings you have not yet imagined. There are prayers I am already answering in ways you cannot yet see. There are doors that will open at exactly the right time. There are people whose lives will be changed because you chose to obey my voice instead of listening to fear. Do not grow weary while waiting. The farmer does not dig up the seed every day to see whether it is growing. He trusts the process until the harvest arrives. In the same way, continue planting seeds of faith. Continue speaking words of hope. Continue walking in obedience. Continue praying when no answer seems visible. Continue believing when circumstances try to convince you otherwise. I am working even when you cannot see my hand. I am faithful even when the road feels uncertain. I am near even when your emotions tell you I am far away. Nothing that has happened in your life has escaped my notice. Every tear has been counted. Every prayer has been heard. Every sacrifice has been remembered. Every act of faith has been recorded before heaven. One day you will understand why I asked you to wait. One day you will see how every delay protected you, every closed door redirected you, and every difficult season prepared you for blessings greater than you imagined. Until that day arrives, hold tightly to my promises. Let my word become stronger than your worries. Let my truth become louder than your doubts. Let my peace rule your heart instead of fear. When the world tells you to quit, remember that I am the one who called you. When disappointment tries to steal your hope, remember that my plans have never changed. When you feel weak, remember that my strength is made perfect in weakness. When you cannot see the next step, remember that I already see the destination. So rise each morning with expectation. Walk each day with courage. Love generously. Forgive quickly. Serve faithfully. Pray continually. Trust completely. And never forget that I am walking beside you through every valley, every mountain, every victory, and every storm. The miracle you seek is not found merely in receiving a blessing. The greatest miracle is becoming the person I created you to be. That transformation begins the moment you surrender your whole heart to me. So today, release your fear, release your doubts, release your disappointments. Place them into my hands. Leave them there. Walk away lighter than you arrived. Walk away stronger than before. Walk away knowing that the God who began a good work in you will remain faithful to complete it. I have not forgotten you. I have not abandoned you. I have not stopped working. Your story is still being written, and its greatest chapters are still ahead. Stand firm. Remain faithful. Keep believing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Your purpose is greater than you know, and my love for you is deeper than you can imagine. I am with you today. I will be with you tomorrow. And I will never leave you nor forsake you. Closing prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for reminding us that our lives are held securely in your hands. Strengthen every person reading these words today. Replace fear with courage, doubt with faith, anxiety with peace, and discouragement with renewed hope. Guide every step they take. Open the doors that align with your perfect will, and close every door that would lead them away from your purpose. Heal broken hearts, restore weary spirits, and fill every home with your presence. Teach us to trust you when we cannot see the whole picture, and to obey you even when the journey requires courage. May our lives bring glory to your name, and may everything we do reflect your love to the world around us. Type "Guide my steps, Lord," if you're seeking His hand in your journey, and share this video.